Hello and a warm welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I will talk about star trail pictures. Yes, you're right, it's my first English tutorial, especially for my friends in Namibia. And first of all, please be friendly, be patient, because my English skills are not so good as my photographic skills. So yeah, please let me know if it's okay for you. But I hope you get the information you want. So what's the problem with star trail pictures? There are no problems. Normally astrophotography is expensive. You need wide open lenses, wide angle lenses, or for deep sky pictures you need trackers. Not for star trail pictures. They're really easy to realize, and the only thing you need is a camera. You can put in manual mode and a tripod. So how to do a star trail pictures? First of all, you need good conditions. You need stars, no problem in Namibia, and you need a clear sky without light pollution. Even not a problem in Namibia, but in Europe you have to check out homepages like lightpollution.org to check out where it's dark enough to see stars. And of course, if there are clouds between the stars and your camera, you can't see them either. So you need good conditions. And the second thing is you need a camera. You can put in manual mode, and you need a stable tripod, so that the camera don't move during your exposure times. So how to set up the camera? It's no problem, just put it on the tripod and point out the camera with a lens between 15 and 35 millimeters focal length. Why that? Because you want to take a bigger part of the sky to see the stars walking around the sky. And you have to point out in direction in the northern hemisphere to Polaris, that's the North Pole, and in the southern hemisphere towards the cross of the south. Don't have the point don't have to be in the middle, but yeah, it's nice to see if the star trails are coming around a point on your picture. So how to set up the camera? It's no problem, just take a aperture about 3.5 to 5.6, doesn't matter anyway. 30 seconds, and then make a test picture. And then put up the ISO as high as you need it to see enough stars at the sky. I think it will be about 3,200 or 1,600 should work very good, and that's no problem with modern cameras. So, and what you have to do now is take as much pictures as possible. And what do you need there? You need time. But even that is no problem. In Africa, I've got some words from there. They call the people of Africa are getting the time from God, and the Europeans get the watches. So I just lay down in the beautiful night scene, take a seat, and let your camera do the work. It's good if you have a timer, because otherwise you have to go every half a minute, you have to go to your camera, just press the release button and take the next picture, because you need many pictures. For the example I will show you afterwards on my PC, I've taken 150 pictures for half-minute exposure time. So you need time, maybe a glass of gin tonic to enjoy the night during your camera is working hard. It's good if you use not the release button of your camera because of the camera is shaking a little bit. You please use a remote control or wireless control, whatever you have, or use the selfie mode. 5-second selfie mode. You have the camera is getting quiet, and then it's taking the picture. So it's easy. It's really easy. You just have to take many pictures at night. The camera have to stay stable. And if you take the pictures with 20 seconds or 30 seconds, it doesn't matter, because we're putting all these pictures together to one picture. So just check if the exposure is right, you see enough stars on your picture, and then go on and make your pictures. And now I show you at my computer how to put the pictures together.
Okay, now we're here in Lightroom, but it doesn't matter which program do you use. You can see here all my 149 pictures I've taken at this night at the Mawani Mountain Lodge. In the first picture, as you can see on the right side, yeah, that's the last effects of the sun going down. And if I go through my pictures, you can see the stars moving around, see some satellites flying through my picture, or you can see that the circle of my movement is at the left side of the picture. The stars are all moving around one point, and that's the pole of the southern hemisphere. So what I have done in Lightroom, or you can use any other raw converter for your pictures, I've just put some basic adjustments. Just put the white balance somewhere between 3000 and 4000 K, and the tint I'm putting up to 30. Just make some correction in the lights and the darks and the blacks and the white, and then the whites. Even I put up the clearance and the dust removal and a little bit of dynamic. So that are all the corrections I've done with this picture. And if I go back to the library, I can press Command A, so all my pictures are selected, and the only thing I have to do now is just make a right click and go to editing and open in Photoshop as layers. Sorry that all this is in German. For the next videos I will change language in my program in English. So just put the point in Photoshop, open in Photoshop as layers, and then Lightroom, or which program do you use, will put all the pictures to Photoshop and will put all them together in one. And in this picture there will be 149 layers with different pictures. And so yeah, let's see what will happen now. Okay, here we go. Now we're in Photoshop, but as I mentioned before, you can use any other program which supports layers. You can see my layers here at the right side. There are 149 layers at the moment in my document, but we can't see any star trails because the first picture in the row over here covers all our other pictures, so you can't see any star trails. So the thing you have to do is just go all the way down, press the Shift key and click on the last layer, so you mark all of your layers, and you have to change the blend mode from normal to lighten. It's also here in German, but in the English version the blend mode of the layer have to be lighten. And when you're doing that, hey, there are my star trails. Okay, it's so easy. But as you can see, in Namibia there are too many stars. The circle around the southern pole of the southern hemisphere, it's okay, but here, the right side, there are a lot of stars, too much in my opinion. So what I will do now, I will change the visibility of some of my layers. So first of all, I take nearly the half of the layers, go down to like this, and put them in a group. It's my first group, and then I select the rest of my layers, click also on this icon here and make a second group. So with this group I can reduce the stripes here at the right side. But in the middle here I want to have all of them. So what I have to do is just to add a layer mask with this icon over here to my second group, and with Command E I invert the layer mask and make all of the second group invisible. In my group there are all of the layers, a little bit less than half of my layers. So what I want to do now is to make the part at the left side visible again. So I have to paint with white color in the layer mask. So I just select the brush tool, change the foreground color to white, take a big brush like this with a soft edge, so I make a little bit smaller and really soft, and then I paint in the circle of my star trails over here. Okay, but only in the middle of the circle. And okay, here at the bottom, some trails are missing here at the bottom, so I can paint also here at the bottom of the right side. So let me check before and after. Now for me it's looking good, and we can do some file adjustments. I just grab all layers down to one layer with Command Shift E, so all layers are going down to one layer now, because I'm fine with my star trails. First of all, I select it with Command A, and with Command T I use the transformation tool just to make it a little bit more round. My circle was a little bit more like an egg, not like a circle, so just put a little bit to the left so we have a nice circle over here. It's coming because of the wide angle lens. I also can press the Command key, and then I can adjust the every single corner of my picture, so I really get now a nice round circle of my stars over here. So just put a little bit down over here so I have a nice horizon like this. Okay, then I grab my crop tool. I decide the normal ratio 2:3 and just go down and crop my picture as I want to do it. Okay, here we go. Now we could lighten the foreground a little bit, therefore I press Command J and change the blend mode from normal to screen. This lightens the complete picture, so we had to add again a mask, and if you press the Alt key, a black mask appears and makes the complete layer invisible. Again, we take our white brush, put on the opacity a little bit and the size as well, and now you can paint here in the foreground with the white color and bring a little bit back of the lighting that's missing. in the night. Okay, finally, two things to fix: the light over here coming from a car driving along the road, and as you can see, there are many hot pixels over here. They're coming from a long time exposure, but it's easy to erase them. Command Shift E, I put all my layers together now, and first of all I use a healing tool. You can use many different healing tools. I take this one, but if you use GIMP or another program, there also are healing tools. In Photoshop I just have to paint over here over the light rays and they will disappear. And the second thing about the hot pixels, I will change them in a separate layer. Just press Command J for duplicate my layer, and then I will apply a filter. You can find it in the noisy area. It's called dust and scratches, and with this filter, all the small dots are disappearing. You can adjust the radius, so we can we are sure we are fixing all the hot pixel down there, and just bring it down and bring it up. So I want to don't lose too much details, but every of the hot pixels over here has to disappear. So bring down the second value down, down, down until all my pixels here disappear. Now all my hot pixels disappeared, but yeah, my image is getting blurry. So what do you think? We need another layer mask. Again, press the Alt key, a black layer mask appears, and I zoom a little bit into my picture with Command plus. Okay, here we go, and here you can see all of the hot pixels. And yeah, now I take again my brush tool, put up the opacity to 100%, bring the size down, and now I paint in my layer mask with a white color over each of my hot pixels, and they will disappear. Don't paint over the complete image because you're losing too much details if you do that. Okay, just we'll finish it later. So that's all. It's not complicated, and you don't have to do all of the steps that I have done, because this is just some ideas to make your picture a little bit more perfect. So what you have to do is put your camera on the tripod, make it stay stable, use a radio trigger or a cable trigger to avoid too bumpy pictures. The camera has to stay really stable. Then take a lot of pictures. In this case it was 150 pictures with 30 seconds of exposure time. Load all your pictures in your program in a layer, and the only thing you have to do is just put the blending mode to lighten. That's all. Then you can do a little bit of adjustment of the circle, of the hot pixels, of the lightning, but that's you can do on your own opinion. So again, please don't laugh about my English pronunciation and about my mistakes I make in the language. I hope the information I want to give to you was clear. So please give me feedback on my first tutorial in English, and yeah, if you want, I can do some more in English. Please let me know, and yeah, see you again.